हे गाइस, वेलकम टू द वीकली मूवी रिकमेंडेशंस विद संकेत। सो आज मैंने एक स्पेशल गेस्ट को इनवाइट किया है जिसका नाम है शोभित नारंग। शोभित एक पोएट है और एक सिनेफाइल भी, और उन्होंने बहुत सारे फिल्म डाइसेक्शन किया है। उनके फिल्म डाइसेक्शंस और पोएट्रीज आप उसके इंस्टाग्राम हैंडल पे देख सकते हैं। ओवर टू यू शोभित।
Thank you, Sanket, for having me over here. I didn't want to do this, but I'm doing this only for you, for your love for cinema. I try to share whatever I've learned over time while I've been trying to read about films and write about films. Let's see how it goes. So, whenever you talk about film criticism and film reviewing, there's always this opinion divide, whether it's good or not, whether it's of any value or not. Even the renowned filmmakers have spoken against it. Now, the problem is not really the film reviewing business, it's the way it is being done. Now it's all come down to how many stars out of 5, or in the more progressive sense, whether it's a good film or a bad film. But I really think that we need to stop with this simplified reading of films. Films should really be looked at as case studies. There's so much that you can look at in a film. There's color palette, there's cinematography, there's screenplay, there's direction, there's acting performances, there's music. There's so much. More importantly, at this point of time, the universe in which it exists has also become very important. So now like it's so important for reviewers to be more aware of what is happening to be able to understand the film. Like, how can you review Article 15 without knowing the caste politics of the film? Or how can you review a simple sitcom, a teenage drama like Never Have I Ever, without knowing the representation of therapy or brown cultural representation? So it's become so much more important because these content do not exist in vacuum, and for all the right reasons, we have come to socio-political commentary on everything. So I would really suggest, and I do understand that not everyone knows everything, but the idea is that you need to constantly learn, listen to more narratives, and revisit the films that you watched before, because there could be paradigm shift in your opinions. Like, I remember after reading an article about representation of love in Arabic literature, the 7 stages of love as per the literature. It was portrayed so well in the movie Dil Se. But a few years down the line, I remember reading an article about the gender politics, and in hindsight I understood the problematic gender aspect of the film. Like a movie like La La Land, when I watched it for the first time, I was so overwhelmed by the film. But I read this very important piece about the representation problems of the film, about the white savior complex in the film, and it made a lot of sense to me. So I'm not trying to take away your favorites. I'm just trying to say, be more receptive to the narratives, because films aren't simplified readings, and I mean, you have to listen to narratives without appropriating them, obviously. So, having said that, I really think even in simple romantic films like Call Me by Your Name, it would make a lot more sense to you once you read Aristophanes' work. So, the title of the film and the way the intimate scenes are being shot, there's a particular reason about that. There's a particular reason why it is done in the way it is done. So that will make a lot more sense to you once you read Aristophanes' work. So yeah, I mean, try to read as much, try to listen to other narratives, other dissection pieces, other analytical pieces, and then really, decide what you feel about that film, because these aren't simplified readings and these should not be. Having said all of this, coming to this week's recommendations, I have got 3 films for you, and all of them are along the lines of hope. So the first one that I would like to begin with is a film called Kashmir. It's a film by TTT. It's directed by this director called Sugandha Garg, and I don't generally exaggerate and make like a superlative statement, but this is my favorite short film. So it talks about this conflicted character who finds the residual hope in the form of a child. I don't want to give more spoilers, but I would really recommend you to watch this film. It's on YouTube. One other thing which I would like to bring to your notice is the choice of colors. So Manav Kaul is wearing a mustard shirt. The protagonist is wearing a mustard shirt because it's a color of self-introspection according to the color theory. The child is wearing yellow, which is the color of happiness and hope, and the father, the deceased father, is wearing white kurta. So again, very well done, very smartly thought and crafted to almost perfection. Second film that I would like to talk about is this film called The Sky is Pink. I was quite disappointed with the way it was received and underplayed in the Indian market. But having said that, I think it's a very beautiful film that feels so overwhelmingly emotional. I remember watching it in theater with a friend. I remember both of us were crying so loudly. So it hit home. It's definitely very well written. I do have certain criticism for that film, but I'll save it for some other time. I'll save it for the next video probably. So yeah, but there's this one particular scene that I would like to bring to your notice is the scene which justifies the title, The Sky is Pink. So Priyanka Chopra is talking back home, and to a certain conversation she tells her child that you can choose the color of your sky, it can be whatever color you want. At that point of time, it's so very important to understand that the character often says things which they want to hear themselves. And I have written a piece about it. I have written a piece about it from the lens of psychology through shattered assumption theory. And the idea is when we face adversities, we stop believing in the things that we used to believe. It deprives us of that certain assumptions. But we need to restore those assumptions and replenish those assumptions. So it was very well done by the scene. And yeah, it was my favorite takeaway from the film. The last film I would like to recommend to you is this film called Lotera. I won't get into spoilers. It's beautifully shot. It's very well written. It's Ranveer's and Sonakshi's best performance till date. And I think I won't give you many spoilers, but I'll just end it with this phrase that I read somewhere: last leaf of hope can never fall. So yeah, I would end with that recommendation. I hope you like the video.